Three. Hey guys, welcome to the Relocation Rundown. My guest today, my buddy from San Diego, Mr. Dago. He's a Padres fan, but it's okay. We'll let that slide, right? There it is. Eddie Petil, thanks for joining us today, man. How is San Diego doing? Are you guys okay with everything happening?
It's going, man. I'm pretty sure it's similar to LA. So we've been seeing a rise in inventory right now, but people are kind of hesitant on buying. It's been like that for a few months, and we even see a few years. So it's just a timing thing. Instead of, I guess, wanting to buy, it's people needing to buy or needing to sell. So it's instead of a want situation, it's more of a necessity right now. So
Yeah, that's true. One of the things that I tell our agents here at our Los Angeles office is that it doesn't really matter about the economy because a lot of people buy and sell real estate not because of economic factors.
hmm
It's a life thing, right? Like they have children, they need to buy a house. Their kids move out, they need to downsize and buy or sell a house. Okay, if they're going on a job relocation, they need to buy and sell something. They get married, they want to buy a house. They get divorced, they need to sell a house, right? Death, defaults, disasters, and job relocation. So all those are life events, and regardless of what's happening around us, right? Probably for you guys too. I know your mindset is the same. Interest rates are crazy. Prices are still expensive. People's wages haven't gone up. Tariffs, inflation, World War V. Like it's crazy, dude. It's a really tough time right now for everybody. But true pros like yourself are going to find a way to make it happen. So if you guys don't know, Eddie is a longtime San Diego professional. Eddie, why don't you introduce yourself to the viewers and the people watching this right now?
Yeah, definitely. Hey guys, I'm Eddie. I was born in LA. So I was born in LA, moved down to San Diego in '85. So I was 2 years old. So I kind of was raised down here. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm 41 years old. Been doing this real estate thing for a little over a decade now. So about 10 years full time. I love it. I know that San Diego probably like the back of my hand. So
Yeah.
love helping people around the city since I kind of know the ins and outs. There's a lot of different pockets here in San Diego. There's a lot of things to do. Had a chance to actually move away from here, but you know what? Home is home. So
Yeah, I got that part. Home is home. So you service the San Diego market. San Diego's pretty big. It's
yeah,
a metropolis, right? What parts of the marketplace do you specialize in?
right. So I live in a place called Mission Valley. It's central San Diego. If you're not aware of San Diego, there's South Bay, Central San Diego, and you have North County, which you can go like 45 minutes north. You'll still be in San Diego, but my main bread and butter is Central San Diego from Mission Valley and South Bay, since I grew up in the southern part of San Diego. Around here, Mission Valley, you have a lot of condos, townhomes, so it's a lot of people who are like, it's kind of like a stepping stone. It's their first house. They buy it, they get married, have kids, and then once the kids get older, they start moving to the suburbs. So where I'm
Yeah.
at, there's a lot of turnover, which is great because there's a lot of movement here. Also, price points in this area is pretty affordable compared to if you go detached homes north or even south too.
So what is the average price point there in Mission Valley?
Mission Valley, you can get between 500,000 to the low millions. So it all
Okay.
depends on which neighborhood. There's a lot of new builds here too. Coming up, there's a place called Savita, pretty close to my neighborhood, where it's a huge neighborhood. There's a nice public park there. There's actually a school. They're building grocery stores, so it's pretty much its own metropolis right there. And it's walking
Gotcha.
distance. It's beautiful.
If I was a buyer looking to purchase in San Diego just for a condominium, what kind of average price point would I be looking for just something mid, right? Something mid grade. What do you
Yeah,
think?
so depending on areas, because like I said, there's pockets. Here in San Diego, my neighborhood, you can find something in the low sevens, but there's also some neighborhoods a little bit older, complexes you can get in for 500, 600.
Okay, and then you said houses go for probably anywhere on the super low end, half a mil, 600, and then higher end about 1 million, right?
Yeah, exactly. So if you're looking
Okay.
at detached homes with no HOAs, you're lucky to find anything in San Diego under 800.
So SFRs, detached SFRs, about 800,000 and up.
And up.
Gotcha.
Up is
And
the
up.
key, yeah.
And up, yeah. Kind of the same thing here in LA. We have, pockets where you can get in for like, a single family for like 600,000. But dude, nobody wants to live in those $600,000 neighborhoods. Those are people who are okay with living in that neighborhood, in that community, and they have it's an affordability thing, right? Because
Right.
here we have everything from entry level all the way up to super mega mansions with, your favorite celebrities living next door. So a little bit different there, but it's good to know that you can get a single family residence for about $800,000 and up in a good, clean part of San Diego. So
Right.
that's cool, man. That's very good. So now a lot of people know San Diego from LA, right? Everybody knows San Diego. Dago, it's a little trip headed down the 5 freeway. It takes us about maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours with some traffic. Not
Right.
a bad little drive, okay? Now, what do you think people around the world think about when they hear the city name San Diego? What are some of the biggest attractions you guys have down there? And why would somebody move to San Diego?
Okay. So they call it the sunshine tax, right? So, and pretty
Yeah.
sure in LA, same thing. San Diego, you have the weather. Weather is beautiful year round. I know we're having some June gloom right now, but if I can spin this phone around, it's beautifully right now. It's a nice, perfect day, no cloud in the sky. So you pretty much do a lot of activities in the wintertime as well as summertime, depending on how much heat you want to deal with. So when I say heat, I know people laugh because 80 degrees here is like 100 something and somewhere else. So we're
Yeah.
kind of spoiled out here. But attraction wise, anything outdoorsy, there's so many things to do. We're a big foodie town too. A lot of good restaurants, a lot of celebrity chefs opening up restaurants left and right. Like I said, San Diego has a lot of pockets. So depending on which pocket you go to, I can literally check off a long list of things to do in each pocket of San Diego. So
I've
and
spent some
then
time down there. Yeah, I've spent some time down there, and there is a lot to do. Outside of the Gaslamp district, everybody goes there for conventions and tourist type of stuff. You got the village right there. I have some friends in Hillcrest, some friends and Kearney Mesa, which is a little bit further north. There's a
right.
lot to do in San Diego. Little Italy, San Diego. That's always fun time.
Oh
Good
yeah.
food over there. Also we can't forget about the massive military presence there, right? There's a lot
Oh
of
yeah.
service members who live in San Diego because of the bases and things in the proximity area, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. That's the whole reason why we moved down to San Diego. My dad was in Navy before, so he was stationed down here. That's kind of the reason why I'm here too. My last couple of clients actually sold places here to move away because of military reasons. So huge
Yeah.
military presence. I used to work at the Balboa Naval Hospital, which is the naval hospital here in San Diego, which is 10 minutes from my house. Meet a lot of cool people coming in to San Diego that's not from San Diego. So definitely
Oh,
a high military presence here.
yeah, yeah, no doubt about that. And it's good to know that San Diego down there is covering us here in LA, really, in that regards, especially with all the stuff happening in the world. But now if somebody is thinking about relocating to San Diego, let's say for their job or lifestyle, what are
Right.
some of the things that, maybe some good schools that might be, of their interest? Or is there anything like that you can give some tips and, maybe insight to somebody relocating to your town? What are some of the things they need to be aware of?
Yeah, so like I said, there's a lot of pockets here. I would spend a few days just driving neighborhoods, trying to see what each neighborhood's all about. If you have family or friends, ask them, pick their brains, which particular areas they like. Like you said, schools. There's Poway Unified, which is 15 minutes north of Mission Valley. And you can go in the South Bay, which is called the Sweetwater Union High School District, which is where I'm from.
Okay.
Two really good school districts. So depending where you go, you can't go wrong with different types with the school districts here. Very well known. Other than that, I would suggest just immersing yourself here, trying to see which place you want to be in. I even suggest maybe temporarily renting somewhere first, just to get a feel of it, instead of jumping in on something and having kind of second thoughts a couple months down the
Yeah.
road. But because there's so
Yeah.
much to do, there's so many things to see, different lifestyles, different areas. So I would definitely take your time and pick people's brains and see which one fits best for you.
Now, outside of military people relocating in and out of San Diego, what are some of the other major employers down there where people might be coming from, other parts of the country to work there?
So one of my clients, they're actually lawyers from Meta. They moved from Northern California down here because, I don't know, people are working from home now. They want to move somewhere where they can be somewhere where the weather's great. So a lot of people from the tech industry have moved down here. Another client of mine moved down here also. Their kids were going to school down here, so they made the permanent move to San Diego to be closer to their kids, which is awesome,
Oh,
and they love it here.
so military, tech town, and I understand healthcare is like there's a lot of healthcare jobs over there too, right? Like a
Oh
lot.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely a lot of
Okay.
healthcare too. A lot of our clients also, nurses, doctors, are here. What's it called? But not too many of our clients have relocated from out of town to come here for that. A lot of people have gone to school here and kind of uprooted and stayed here in San Diego just because there's a lot of good hospitals that they can work at.
Ah, yeah, that makes sense. Well, that's good to know. I mean, you got a lot of different industries down there. Got a busy port, a lot of military presence. You got some tech coming in. I know here, 10 years ago or so, when a lot of the tech companies came into Santa Monica, we started calling it Silicon Beach. Have you guys had a nickname over there yet for it?
Not a nickname, but there's a place called Sorrento Valley where there's a lot of tech over there. My buddy's an engineer; he works over there too. I know a lot of there's Qualcomm over there as well.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I guess Sorrento Valley is kind of the Silicon Valley of San Diego.
Sorrento Valley. Good to know. All right. I remember Qualcomm. Remember what is it? Why does that ring a bell? Qualcomm Stadium, right? That's where the Chargers used to play at
Oh yeah,
before they came up here. And honestly, man, they should have stayed in San Diego. They like, you know,
yeah.
they
Don't
should
get
have
me into
stayed.
that. Yeah, I can go days and days about what's his face, but we'll talk about it. It's crazy because the stadium's actually right here, right behind our building where Qualcomm
Oh,
was, and
okay.
now it's Snapdragon. So.
Oh, okay. That's right there by the big Costco, right?
Oh yeah, I can
Oh
see
yeah.
cops right here. There's people honking in the gas line. Yeah.
I know where you're at. I've been in that stadium plenty of times, man. I'm a big Raiders fan, so like I
Oh
used
no.
to go down to Qualcomm and just tear it up. But good stuff. Good to know. Good to know. So we got a little bit of sports rivalry going on, man. You gotta come up here when the Padres are playing. Maybe I gotta go down there when the Dodgers are playing. See how the San Diego hospitality is,
Yeah.
because it's all fun, but it's a rivalry, man. But okay, back to our real estate stuff, okay? Because I know that's what our clients and our audience is here for. Now, we both use, and I'm assuming because I don't know, we both use CAR forms. Is that correct? Same
Yes.
contracts?
Yeah.
Okay.
Car forms.
So if somebody was relocating from LA or any part of the country and they head into San Diego, I know the forms you're using. Is there any other type of required inspections by the city? I know California here, we're an escrow state. We don't use attorneys to close. I'm
Right.
assuming that's the same thing. What would you tell somebody who is familiar with the process of buying and selling real estate in another part of the country? What's unique about San Diego?
So I guess I'm not too familiar with stuff that's outside the escrow process because we don't use attorneys here. So I'm not too familiar with how they use it with attorneys and getting
Mhm.
all that legal involved. But it seems here it's kind of make it seem seamless, right? So we have escrow title here. There's a pretty interesting process where you get into escrow, you do your inspections and all that stuff, right? But it seems like we don't need to get all the attorneys involved. Our escrow handles the escrow, title handles the title, and then we handle the pretty much the ins and outs of the process.
Yeah, very similar to what we do. Like,
Yeah,
we write the contract, we negotiate the deal, we open escrow, and then for us here in LA, most of the time we give buyer disclosures after escrow is open. Is that kind of
right.
what you guys do in San Diego, or do you guys give it up front?
Yeah, so it's usually when escrow is open. We get a lot of questions. Can we see any prior inspections? Sometimes they'll have it from a past sale, and we can provide that, all depending on the listing agent. If they have it on file and they're willing to give that. But typically, once you open escrow, meaning you get an offer accepted, that's when disclosure starts rolling in, right? So
Yeah.
once you open escrow and get accepted, we call it the floodgates. It starts coming through. You get a bunch of emails coming through, all disclosures. You're going to set up your inspections, right? And that
Yeah.
happens all in the first couple days. So what we try to do is try to make it as simple as possible, kind of lay out a game plan so you kind of see the roadmap of what you can expect instead of just saying, hey, boom, here's a bunch of stuff. Look
Yeah.
through it in like 2 days. So we try to make it as soon as possible, and that way our clients know exactly what's coming next. And we try to give that kind of upfront, and so they're knowledgeable of what's going on.
Yeah, that makes sense. In regards to your guys' closing timeframes, here in LA, we generally close an escrow anywhere between 25 and 35 days.
Yeah.
Is that the same time frame for you guys in San Diego?
Typically, yes, right now. Before, when it was more competitive, meaning things were flying off faster, days on
Yeah.
markets was less, we were doing like 17 to 25 days. Now we can kind of push it 21 to 30, depending on if there's other offers in hand. So we got to compete against other buyers.
Yeah.
You're not even competing. You're not competing against the seller per se, but I guess competition. But right now, there's actually a lot of leniency with buyers. We're seeing good
Yeah.
buyers market. We're seeing credits coming through. 2-1 buy downs are a thing. So
Mm. You guys are in a transitional market too, like we are here in LA. So you just said something right now that kind of made the little light bulb above my head go bing. Okay. You said you're in a buyer's market right now. How long have you guys been in a buyer's market in San Diego, or are you guys just transitioning slowly into a buyer's market?
yeah, I've been feeling it this year actually. So the buyers that we're working with were able to get, like I said before, it was unheard of to get stuff under ask, right? Or even get credit.
Hmm.
And so right now if you find a place and there's no other offers on it, you can talk to the listing agent and kind of see what the sellers are looking for, work around that, and kind of come to a win-win agreement where, let's say we get on the price, but then we want some sort of credit, or we want um, some stuff fixed during the inspection periods. Like let's say there's like plumbing issues. I think sellers right now are saying that are
Yeah.
more open to working with buyers instead of, all right, what's the next offer we're working with? So
Yeah, yeah, I understand that. So slow down a little bit for the sellers. Time on markets, I'm assuming has been getting a little bit longer than it was, 3 years ago, 4 years ago,
correct.
right?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So yeah, here in LA, kind of the same thing. It's slowly transitioning into a buyer's market. We started to feel that change about a month ago. And right now probably you too. Tell me if I'm wrong, but we're dealing with sellers who still think it's 2021,
Mhm.
and we're dealing with buyers who think it's still 2010,
Oh
right?
yeah.
They're like, oh, interest rates are 3.5%. How come they're at 6 right now? They're at high fives. Are you
Right.
guys dealing with that too? Sellers are a little bit disillusioned about what they can get in the open market.
They can. Some are a little bit disillusioned that you said, but what we try to do is try to show them the facts, right? Say,
Yeah.
I know you want this, but things in your neighborhood are selling for this. So it's kind of a
Mhm.
thing where you have to educate them to the point where it kind of clicks a little bit, right? They're not in la la land, and sometimes you just got to put truth in front of their face to make them realize what's going on.
Floyd Wickman, I'm not sure if you're familiar with him. He was a real estate trainer. He told me something that kind of stuck with me. He said, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, would you like for me to lie to you or level with you? Which one
Right.
would you like, right? So sometimes telling the hard truth to bring them up to reality is a little tough, but professionals like yourself can handle those conversations really well, I'm sure.
Right.
So good to know, man. Good to know. So, listen, we talked a little bit about San Diego real estate, neighborhoods, schools, people relocating in, the process there, the current marketplace. Let's imagine somebody has never been to San Diego before,
Right.
okay? Never been, and they're going to come visit San Diego. They got 24 hours. It's the perfect time of year, and I know San Diego has great weather because I think your San Diego Zoo is one of the only zoos that actually has koalas, right? Because the weather is so consistently perfect down there. Is that still the thing?
I believe so. Last time I was at the zoo was 2020, so I believe I did see koalas over there.
Yeah,
But if they only had 24 hours in San Diego, that's actually a
it's
really
24
good
hours.
question. That's a lot
Yeah.
to get. All right, so
Where
I'd
would I go
say,
for like breakfast, lunch? If I want to do
yeah.
an outdoor activity, where do I go for a cocktail? What's fun to do down there, man?
All right, so definitely during the day, hit up the beach towns, right? You got PB, Mission Beach, Coronado, all those places, super touristy friendly, a lot of good restaurants there. In Coronado, oh, they can go eat both ways. There's one side where it's the beach side, right? You have the waves
Hmm.
and everything, dog beach over there, and you have the other side, which is a super cool. It's like the bayfront. You see the San Diego skyline right there. There's a lot of good restaurants there. What's
Yeah.
over there? Pio's. I think I went to Pio's. It's still there. I went there for prom
Pio's.
a long time ago.
Pio's.
Yeah,
I've never heard of that place. That's on Coronado Island?
Crown Island and El Fornillo's over there, a nice Italian restaurant. So I'd say stick to the beaches during the day. If you're not a beach person and you like hiking, just go 15 minutes east. There's a lot of cool trails called Mission Trails. So we have everything for everyone. In the evening, I like Little Italy. I'm very biased towards Little
Mm.
Italy. Great place to bar hop, restaurant hop, get good cocktails there. I just went to a place called Coca Maya, what day is it? On last Friday. Really good place. It's like a rooftop. Has really good cocktails. And you walk down. There's a place called Waterfront. It's the oldest dive bar in San Diego. Super nice. My friends DJ there sometimes. It can get kind of busy there because it's not too huge, but it's a great place to just network and talk to people, and then also just have a good time during the day. And then sticking with the night theme, I guess can't go wrong with La Jolla. Go up there. There's a couple good restaurants over there. There's a place called Lacoq, Lacoq. Really good place. They have a really world-renowned chef. She's also the chef for anime, and so the food over there is really good. Can't think of her name right now. It's blanking out, but you can't go wrong with anywhere here in San Diego during the day.
Our foodies watching that, they're writing this stuff down. I promise. They're on their Google Maps right now, pinpointing these places, because I know I'm going to look at some of these spots too, based on your recommendations next time I'm in Dago. But that's great, man. So you have awesome beach cities. You can go for a hike later on. You can do Little Italy. You can go up to La Jolla. There's so much to do in San Diego. So much. Yeah.
Like we just scratched the surface. It's like minuscule from what you can do here. So.
Yeah, well, there's a lot there, man. A lot to do in San Diego, and you know, I know you guys are a great town. I've had a wonderful time every time I've passed through, for sure. And for all of our audience watching this, if you need a real estate professional in the San Diego marketplace, this is your guy right there. Give Eddie a ring. All his information's hit up, you know, on our Instagram posts and stuff like that. We'll put it in the details of this video. But Eddie, man, thank you so much for joining us today. I know we had some technical difficulties, and tell your client, who's an attorney for Meta, that they got to take a look at this joining stuff, because that drove us crazy for 15 minutes, but we got it done, man. And, you know, hey, I hope to see you soon. I know that we got Summit coming up in September, probably a sales convention or so, but we don't live too far away from each other, man. Next time you're here in LA, please let me know. I'd love to, you know, catch up with you and have a drink. Same thing. When I'm in San Diego, I'm definitely going to let you know I'm in town, and you can show me some of these cool spots you're talking about, okay?
Definitely.
All right, Eddie. Thank you so much for your time, brother. I'll see you later.
I'll see you later.
It's all good. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.